great longtime patient, Jason. Jason is 27 years old now, right?
Yep.
And you've been coming in here for how long?
It's been since my freshman year of high school, so it's been probably over a decade now.
Oh, jeez.
It's been crazy, right?
You never feel like you're getting older, but watching my kids grow up, I don't feel like I'm ever getting older. And then I'm like, he comes back from college 4, 5, 6 years. Probably we didn't see him. Maybe it was like,
Yeah,
right, you were
right
busy
around
at
there.
school and all that. And then he comes back. He's got a big boy job, and like, hey, how you doing? I want to get adjusted. Like, let's get into it. So, but Jason played baseball throughout. Why don't you talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, so I played baseball all growing up. It was kind of my life. Played a couple other sports, but that was the big one. And so where the story starts with meeting Dr. Dan, I believe it was freshman year of high school. I came in, thought I was going to have to get surgery. My neck was out of line. My shoulder was really out of line. Whenever you took the first X-ray, you said it looked like I almost got in like a car accident because my shoulder was so messed up.
Yeah.
So I was on the verge of surgery, thinking I was going to have to hang it up for good. And that's whenever our story started. And through adjustments, getting the mobility back, the exercises afterwards, I was able to thankfully avoid surgery, and not only that, take it from, I think at the time I was throwing about 80, and then by 2 years later with the adjustments and some work, I topped out at 89 a few years later. So not only did it save the shoulder from surgery, but really helped me to kind of progress on.
Yeah, cool. Mom, well, I knew his sister. Long story. We're not going to get into that, but dude was a young kid playing baseball like I did, a unilateral sport. Did you ever throw left-handed ever?
No.
Never practiced
Nope.
left-handed. Years ago when we first met him, I didn't personally know about dominant, non-dominant side training and how important it is to strengthen the weak side to balance out the tight side. But dude's throwing how many pitches a day back in the day?
A lot. So my senior year of high school, I actually was first in Western Pennsylvania for number of innings pitched. So it was like from start, like all year round, I was throwing, I don't know, probably on average, maybe call it like 30 to 50 pitches, and then on days that I was pitching, it was over 100. So
Yeah.
a lot of balls thrown.
Lots of right hand, right neck, right shoulder, right elbow was kind of all kinked up. And where Jason's story took him after, went to college, played club ball. Now he works as a financial advisor.
I'm a quantitative analyst for an investment firm down in Pittsburgh.
Awesome. And so what's job duties now? A lot of computer work or desk work or what?
Yeah, I'm behind the desk quite a bit, working on multiple different portfolios. But yeah, it's a lot of behind the desk, some client facing, but it's still working on that posture is key.
Key, right? Scooch forward for me. Keep your feet straight and narrow. And number one, you'll
Yep.
see it every video, PB&D a little bit. Some people have longer arms and some people have shorter arms. Jason's right in the middle. So he doesn't get his palms flat down here. Bree, do you want to come around and watch how we're going to just make this tweak right here? Don't move anything. All right, guys. So you see, we know 10 years ago, Jason had right side, big time elbow pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, right?
Yep.
So we see how he's still a little bit programmed up in this direction. When we say program, we mean his brain isn't aware that we just need to kind of like tilt this way a little bit to align and just balance out all the 7 vertebrae up in the neck. And way back when, a decade ago, we had a bunch of work to do on this right C1, C2. You still feel this right here, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
So now Jason's back in here, 10 or 15 or 12 years older. Didn't have to have shoulder surgery. And we'll talk about the path that people take, because if you do this, you're going to have a better path, I promise. PB&D, palms back and down. Forearm stretch, back chain activation, soft neck. What we want to do with Jason is make him or help him to just kind of feel how he wants to stretch this right side of the neck out a little bit. Maybe turn to the right a little bit. Maybe turn to the left a little bit. And whatever position pulls and strains up in the cervical spine is what you want to focus on. So you can eliminate the tension, the balled up muscle, and he's got a big balled up muscle up here that we're going to work on today with some manual therapy and some hands-on work. But Jason also wants to work on a little pack. You guys can see how nicely extended his elbows are. And when we check the shoulders, how soft the traps are, right? So Jason knows how to activate his back chain. Feel how strong back here, dude?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Powerful in the back. You guys got to gain your power. You got to earn the power we have power down here as kids, and then most of the time we start to lose it. And how do we lose it? We slouch forward. Relax your hands. Let's go bad posture. Boom, slouch, boom, 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 right? Thoracic spine rounds forward. Lumbar spine rounds out. You want disc herniation in the low back? You sit in a forward rounded position all day. You want to get into a walker or cane quicker? You sit in a forward rounded position all throughout the day. You want to get pain-free, surgery-free most of the time. Healthy blood in the rotator cuff muscles. Healthy blood circulation, mobility up in the neck. You got to work PB and D, okay? Fingers in gently to the side. And then we talked about this, I call this eagle pose with Jason. And then we want to think head up, nice, right through there. And now Jason, if I just wiggle your head, feel how easy this side goes?
Yep.
Feel how this side is like resisted a little bit?
Absolutely.
So you're gonna work to anchor the hands. And we're gonna say the hands are anchored. The posture's lightly engaged. It's not like, but it's like soft as smooth, smooth as strong. A little bit of power in the triceps, a little bit of power in the back chain. And then what I want you to do is just kind of get into your flow a little bit. Your right, your left flow, your right flow, your left flow, your right flow, your left, your right, your left, your right. Feel how that right side dives easier than the left side. So this is the figure 8 pattern. The figure 8 pattern is longevity. Longevity, infinity, never ending. You move in the figure 8 pattern, you heal your body, you get your body to move like an eel, like a snake, like a dolphin, anything that just moves fluidly and smoothly, and that helps the vertebrae. All the joints throughout the body just like migrate and move, and blood to circulate, cerebrospinal fluid to circulate, and neurological programming, reprogramming of back chain power to ultimately help us, if we do it every day, just like we brush our teeth 2-3 times a day, just like we got to comb our hair 1-2 times a day, to prevent knots, to prevent plaque buildup, to prevent circulation loss in the shoulders, neurological nerve compression, disc compression, joint compression up in the neck. If we decrease the tension in the neck on a daily basis, it all takes 2 to 5 minutes. Not only are you going to adjust better, you're going to feel way better, your body's going to be more powerful, your energy's going to improve, you're going to lift your aura up, your energy up, and we're going to just keep that head up high, right? Deep inhale, deep exhale. And I'll tell you what, guys, in real life here over the past, this will be such a great day, over the past, like 3 months, we've kind of like all the age-old sayings are so true. And on this video, let's talk about when you're a kid and you're all bummed out, maybe you didn't get something you wanted for Christmas, or maybe you didn't get the birthday gift you wanted, and you're like moping around, right? Like, Mom, Dad, I didn't get this, or maybe I didn't win at baseball and maybe I came in second. You're like, you gotta be a good athlete, but we all lose, right? I'm sad. And then your dad says, keep your head up, kid. And to keep your head up, kid, is such true saying. Don't be so down. Look around the people around you. If you're beat down, if you're just stressed out, the weight of the world's on your shoulders. You get beat down, right? Like, ditch the weight of the world. Keep your head up, kid.
Absolutely.
Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Keep your head up, kid. Right? And what you see how it applies, right?
Got me, yeah.
But the saying is true. You got to think. Keep your head up, kid. Breathe in, breathe out. Shoulder blades back and down. Lift the head up. Reduce the tension throughout the cervical spine. All right. Take a rest, and you can put hands on thighs for me.
I was gonna say one other thing there too is, as you say, keep your head up from a young age. Is like the last couple of weeks have been, relatively stressful. And to your point, once your posture goes down, I even find that whenever my posture is awful, not only does my mood get worse, but I'm not able to be as efficient operationally.
Oh.
So from a desk job, like just your mind doesn't work the same.
No. Good point. You keep your head up, kid. You breathe deeply. You reduce your neck tension. You ditch. Because here's the deal. Gravity's always compressing us. Mm-hmm. Stress, work, life. We are all of you, all of us here in the office. We all have a ton to manage on a day-to-day basis. And then you add family to it, and then you add friends to it, and everybody's trying to hang out, and you're a full-time, hardworking professional, and you're trying to balance the yin and the yang, or the black and the white, the balance gets construed, and we all go through seasons of life, right? Like you had your baseball season back in high school and college, and now it's work season, right? So he doesn't play. Do you still throw it all?
Not as much. I actually, fun story on that one was just out in Chicago with a couple clients, and we were at the White Sox game, And I bet somebody I could still throw 80 on the pitching machine game. So guess who won $20?
Yeah, nice. All right.
Not often, but it's still, the shoulder still works.
It still works. And we, you know, I don't want to call you an old man, but when we turn into old men, we can still do sweet stuff, right? And friends like, you can't throw 80 miles. You're like, watch me, bro.
Yep.
My posture's on fire. My head's up high. I own this game right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's funny. But, you know, so balance and yin and yang, and you can't be too forward without being enough backward. But you also don't want to be too far backward without a little bit of forward movement as well, right? Look down for me. And so, guys, kind of the treatment that I developed is like a blend of what we call manual therapy or myofascial release. And what we hunt for and what I can find really good with my fingers these days is just where one or two small little epicenters of irritation are. And his is right there, I think.
Yep.
Look down for me. And right here. And so what we got to do is treat the whole muscle or the group of muscles, because no pain, no gain. And he's actually got a little constriction or restriction right here. No pain, no gain. What does that feel like?
It's
painful a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
And this spot up here,
Definitely.
painful a little bit?
That one definitely.
Definitely. You may feel, do you notice this throughout the day or the week?
Yeah, it'll tighten up. So whenever I go to just like turn my head, sometimes whenever I'm doing the stretches, it like, you feel it the second you hit it.
You feel the stretch, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So no pain, no gain. And what we do, we got to elicit a little pain. It's good pain though. Do you feel how it feels right there?
Oh, yeah.
Look down for me. And so patients and people in general have all these symptoms. A symptom is a bad feeling, and a symptom could be a headache, or a symptom could be a twitchy eye, or a symptom could be pressure in your ear, and you might notice like, oh, I just don't hear as well out of my right ear. Because when this is inflamed right here, all the nerves that travel up into the head and the ear and down, some of them down into the shoulder, they can become less efficient. So instead of having 100% of brain to nerve connection, you can lose percentage. You can lose 5%, 10%. And the more percentage loss that you have, the more risk for injury you have, because your brain's not connected to the muscles, the joints become imbalanced, your movement becomes all kinds of out of whack. Look down for me. And so with a little bit of hands-on pressure, plus an adjustment, plus follow-up stretching for the next 2 to 4 weeks, he's going to make a little bit of progress. He's going to heal his neck a little bit. And he's going to be 10 years older and still throwing 80 miles an hour.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Even if it is just every once in a while.
Yeah.
Look down for me. Look down for me.
Throwing the ball, but a lot of us retired baseball players get big into golf, and a lot of the same issues persist. You know, so having that strong neck really comes into play there as well.
And then that's a good point today. So what we're going to talk about, because you've been golfing a little bit,
Yeah.
a couple days a week,
Yeah, usually at least once during the week, and then try to get out a couple times on the weekend. And especially in the finance industry, golf is definitely I don't want to say necessity, but almost ends up being closer to a necessity.
it's a business trip, right?
Absolutely.
It's a client, informative, talk about this, talk about that, plus have a little fun.
Exactly. Great way to spend time in nature.
Oh, beautiful. It's so nice out there. Birds chirp, sun shines. Take a deep breath in, exhale, blow that ball out of the water, or out of the grass.
Hopefully it's not in the water.
Hopefully it's not in the water. Like that for me. No, please not in the water. Dude, we were golfing in Mexico before COVID, like 2 years ago. And it was on a course and there were alligators all over it.
Oh,
but
man.
we didn't see any until like the 4th, 5th hole, but they told
Yeah.
us like, watch out for the gators because they climb right on the course. And I hit my drive shot and it wasn't far. It was probably only, I don't know, 140 or 50 yards, like bad drive shot.
Yeah.
but it was up over a hill, and I'm like looking for the ball, and my head's down here, right? You know how you're looking down?
Yep.
And you're like, where's this ball? Because there's like some high grass, you're looking around. And dude, I looked right over there, and there was an alligator like 5 feet away, and his mouth was just going like this. I was like, oh.
It's like Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, oh gosh. So up here in PA, we don't have alligators. It's a safer golf game. But golf, unilateral sport, lots of rotation, right? Backswing, front swing. So today with Jay, let's talk about a wall plank. A wall plank with lower body rotation. So he can start to get some nice movement out of his low back. And you guys, I'll show you what happens to your lower body if you do the rotational movement enough. How it can help you to heal your low back. All right, dude, let's go face down.
All right.
Hey guys, what I want to talk a little bit about as I work on balancing out some of this spine and some of the pelvis is how important it is to become a self-healing individual. And a self-healing individual is understanding that the body has this wonderful immune system and this wonderful healing system where the brain, it knows how to fix things, right? It knows naturally that if you get cut, it's got to send little healing cells, connective tissue building cells down to your cut to heal the skin, to regrow the skin, to grow a scab first, and the blood clots, and then new skin regrows, right? So your body has this wonderful regenerative system that if you're healthy, if you drink enough water, and if you eat enough good foods, and you take the right supplements, and you exercise and stretch the right way, like Jay said, you should think clearer at work, and you should have less shoulder pain and less risk for injury. You will have less risk for injury if you do these exercises in the correct order. And you do them frequently throughout the day, just like brushing your teeth. But part of, hopefully, in our world today, is that you, me, him, Bree, our video girl, you have to take charge of your own health. Because our healthcare system has changed so dramatically over the past 40, 50 years, when even before our time, my parents used to have one doctor, right? They went to their PCP, and their PCP like kind of did everything. And then what's happened is that we've branched off into all these subspecialties of internists and chiropractors and physical therapists and podiatrists. You have a foot doctor, you got a knee orthopedic doctor, you got a hip orthopedic doctor. And maybe Jay has right shoulder pain, and who'd you go to for that?
It was I honestly forget the person's name. It was out in Beaver Falls.
Yeah, don't worry about the name, but he was like an ortho, right? A shoulder ortho.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, you need surgery. And then Jay says, oh, let me try something else. And maybe his mom or sister or somebody referred him in here, and then we're like, dude, your neck's all crooked, and your muscles all spasmed, your elbow's out of balance. That's why you got pain, right? So maybe, did you have an MRI or no?
Yeah. And after seeing the MRI, even we took X-rays here, it was one of those things where it was going to require a lot of physical therapy or the surgery. And a lot of times people get surgery just because it's usually the quicker healing method almost, because you're just resorting to solve the problem right away. But as you mentioned, you don't always heal the same. You never know with surgery how you're going to heal. No two people heal the same. So that was why I ultimately went the opposite way of the surgery option and tried to see what we can do from
Conservative.
exactly.
And if you have a rotator cuff tear or whatever it was, I don't remember what it was 10 years ago. But if you get surgery, if you have a rotator cuff tear, and doctor says you need surgery, guess what? The original problem, which is typically your neck, or it could be a wrist that's causing neck and shoulder problems, things are still out of balance, and ultimately it can will lead to further pain down the road, or pain in a different area. So our goal with chiropractic in the office, and our goal with exercise over in the gym, is to develop the non-dominant and the dominant side. Rotational movement throughout the body, and balance and symmetry from the left to the right, also from the front to the back.
And yeah, to touch on that point as well with how it worked in the baseball training as well, one of the big things that you always hear, especially from throwing a ball, is you'll never be able to throw the ball harder than the back of your shoulder can really stop yourself. So everybody thinks about the bicep of the chest muscles is how to throw harder, but your body naturally doesn't want to throw it any harder than it can stop. So through the methods of physical therapy and things like that we worked through, it actually helps strengthen it up to increase performance as well.
Lots of drop in and then lots of release work. All right, cool, man. Okay, deep breath in. Exhale down, shoulders down. 1, relax here. 2, breath in. Exhale down, shoulders down. Nice, breath in. And exhale down. 1 more here, 2. Good, breath in. Exhale down. Good. And then we're going to do this right here. And 1 more here on this left. Nice work, buddy. 1 more breath in. Exhale down, hold it down. 1, 2, and whole way down. 3, there it goes right there.
That was a good one.
Big, deep one. So you guys see I had to come up off my foot a little bit. Face over to the window, right side up. All right, nice work. And, quick on this too. Jay came in January or something, February for a couple.
Yeah.
And then had a back, I think you moved or something and hurt your low back or something?
Yeah, so we had, I had an issue with the mattress and it kind of threw out my neck again. So it, not started me over on a lot of neck pain, but...
Kinked it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Breath in, exhale down, pull way up. Nice, other side for me.
So yeah, it was to the point where, when I would turn my head, it would, whenever you get to that good point and kink in your neck that it doesn't want to go.
Breath in, exhale down. 1, 2, 3, flat on back. Great work, man. Great work, great work. But self-healing, okay? So we, as kids, we're not taught what to do. We're not taught how to sit. We're not taught how to stand correctly, how to stand straight and balanced. We're not taught how to activate our muscles. We're not taught how to be mindful. They're starting in schools to hire like yoga teachers. I know some of the school districts around here have kind of like support people that come in and they talk to the kids about mindfulness and meditative breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. And there are more and more kids that come in here that know about yoga and stretching and exercise, but you got to apply it your whole life. And if you apply the right principles, you see how Jay's just laying perfectly here with his hands softly rested on his thighs, shoulder blades gently opened up just a little bit so you can kind of prep the back chain. Many times we have to take somebody that's 30, 20, 30, 40 years old that's never been mindful about a balanced posture or back chain dominance. Whoops, sorry there, buddy. All right, good. Here. So we got, and I knew that right foot was going to be a little stiffer. See how this left foot bends a little bit better? Right here. See how this is tighter down here a little bit? Yay or nay?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How's this left ankle feel?
Yeah,
This
a lot
is-
more nimble.
This is okay, right?
Yep.
Feel how tight this side is here?
Yep.
So, do you have pain on the top of the ankle?
Yeah, right up in there.
And feel how when I bend these toes, that doesn't really feel too well?
Yep.
Okay. So Jay's got a little bit of tension, a little bit of tenosynovitis, a little bit of connective tissue tightness down in this lower right foot. Left foot bends down here, right foot just doesn't bend as far. Left big toe bends well, right big toe is a little stiffer down here. So what I want you to do in bed at night is lay just how you're laying.
Okay.
I want you to think, point your toes down gently. I want you to think, gently squeeze your left foot, your left toes, curl your left toes.
Okay.
And then I want you to gently think, curl your right toes.
Oh yeah.
What does that feel like?
A lot harder.
A lot harder. Less connection, less neurological control of the right foot, less strength in the plantar fascia, a little bit less strength in maybe the right Achilles, the soleus, the gastroc, right? So what we want Jay to do in bed at night, curl your toes down. And if you guys can tell, notice this left foot's a little bit lower, curl the right toes down. And this side is just a little bit stronger. Try to think about your left big toe. And I'm gonna help push it down a little bit like this. Good. And then right big toe, and I'm gonna help push that guy down.
Oh, it's harder.
Feel the difference?
Yep.
So we want to reactivate the brain. Now we know the right side of his neck is kinked up. He's got energy up here that's not good energy, and he's got energy down here that we need more good energy. We need more strength in the right foot, the right plantar fascia, the right big toe. We want to pull tension, the superficial back line and the deep back line of muscles that run from the suboccipital region the whole way down to the plantar fascial muscles is where we need to pull his bad energy where he strained his neck, and we got to put it all back down into this right foot. So Jay's going to lay in bed at night, he's going to focus 20 seconds on the left, and he's going to feel how that's a good strong contraction. And then we're going to focus 20 or 30 seconds on the right, and he's really got to focus on this right side to just grip it down and hold it down. And maybe eventually as he focuses on this, in your head, your neck, your jaw's relaxed, you're not clenching your teeth, your shoulders are softly open, your butt is not tightened up, you're just feeling your left leg and your right leg work. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So he's got to just lay in bed for like 5 minutes every night and just work on the right foot squeeze. And that's going to gradually, he's going to feel over a couple day period how that pulls tension out of the neck and makes the foot stronger. Thumb's good. And elbow. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, one. Relax there. Oh, it's close, but not today.
Yep.
So we're going to give him PB&D. You guys saw in one or two of the other videos. One of the things I been working on and trying to just organize in my own head is what's the fastest way one more. There it goes.
There we go.
Let's do the right side and see if we can go. What's the fastest way to get the skeletal system to decompress? Oh, right there. There it goes. Nice.
There we go.
So sometimes when we get the left side to decompress, it just releases tension throughout the whole system. And if we didn't get it then, we would have hit the neck first or second, and then we would have went back to the elbow and maybe would have got it. Relax here. Good. One more here on the right shoulder. Now the left one more time. Relax this left. There it goes. All right, homie. Tall sit for me. Today we worked on Jay's right side neck up around the C2, C3 vertebrae. We got both elbows to adjust. We got both fingers to adjust. We got low back to adjust nicely. Scooch forward for me, and then just sit to the left a little bit more right there. Perfect. So as you saw in one or two of the other videos on the channel, and you'll see it more and more, PB&D we did initially with fingers in, but we're going to switch to fingers out. And I think we did this on your last appointment as well, right?
Yep.
Head up high, shoulders down low, and I want head to go not so far back here. We don't want to be like too far extended, but we want to be upward and chin tucked a little bit. What we're going to feel here is just the left elbow locks out, and now the right elbow locks out. All right, good. And now the left elbow passes through. And you want to work on full thought extension down through the elbow joints. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to say load the right hand with a little bit of weight and load the right shoulder back a little bit and press down through the palm to lift up through the spine. Correct. And focus on this right elbow full long. And then let's go to the left side and do the same. And maybe notice how maybe the left elbow bears weight or holds weight a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
Does it?
Yep.
Okay, nice. Go back to the right side. So we want to put the body under tension and under stress. And now Jay's head goes here, shoulder goes back, elbow goes straight. See how that's a little tougher? To kind of find that back chain position with a little bit of elbow, straight shoulder back, forward. See how that's tougher?
Yeah.
So he knows that his right side, posterior chain, back chain on the right side is still just a little weaker. There goes a little clavicle pop over here. Right. But anyways, tension builds up in the elbow, tension builds up in the neck. A little bit of the same issue that you had like 10, 11, 12 years ago. Way better, less pain. We have weak areas in our body that we've had since childhood or maybe even since birth when we kinked our neck. We get all jammed up our whole life. Still was a high-level baseball player. Still can throw 89 miles an hour. Again, if I were to say, or 80 miles an hour, Not 89 in 27, right?
Not anymore, yeah. I wish.
That was the high. All right, let's pump them up. But anyways, loading the back chain is something that we've got to maintain throughout our life to keep good posture, to keep good circulation flowing, to keep the joints healthy, to avoid, carpal tunnel, numbness, tingling, pain down into the wrist, bicipital pain, and also this neck strain that is so much better, but there's still just a minimal. He's got to follow up for treatment maybe a couple times a year, but he's got to do his postural exercises on a daily basis. He's got to exercise the right way. And especially if you go out playing baseball and you're throwing and, maybe you just hit 30 minutes or 60 minutes. If you don't do your postural restoration after throwing, and especially like the next morning, you're going to build these back patterns, these bad patterns up, and then you'll come in, 4 or 6 months down the road, like, yo, my neck's all kinked up. Or are you doing your PB&D, or you stretching your arm? No, I forgot about that. Well, let's get back to it. Let's get you back to healthy again. Okay?
Absolutely.
Cool, man.
Great. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you for coming in. We'll see you guys on future videos.